Happy Friday, everybody. Tomorrow I go live with my friend Ronald. I think it's going to be a hoot. We feed off of each other very well. He's, warped, dark, and twisted sense of humor, just like I have. And I think we will feed well off of each other. I think it's going to be a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. And we just pretty much just shooting the shit. And I'm going to definitely get an insight on the male psyche of a single black man in America living on the East Coast. So I think that's going to be fun. I've already given him my show agenda to look over. And, I put my disclaimer that if there's any topic that you're uncomfortable with, please do not feel obligated to answer. You could plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. And he said, I ain't pussy. So I think this is going to be real fun. And if you're new here, because I lose subscribers, I get subscribers. If you're new and you haven't gone through the hundreds of videos that I have, I am proud to say that the mental issue I have of not being embarrassed is what's going to make this show very interesting. Like I've said before, I don't care about people's feelings or thoughts of me enough to get embarrassed. I feel like if you are someone who can get embarrassed or is easily embarrassed, that is because you care about people's perception of you. I don't care what you think of me. I know what I think of myself. Therefore, anything that I do, I cannot get embarrassed. However, I get third party embarrassed. I get embarrassed by proxy all the time, meaning that I get embarrassed for other people because I am judging you. And the way I'm thinking is judging you is so bad, I feel embarrassed for you. But however, if I do something, I'm not embarrassed. I've gone to parties in an outfit that one might think is terrible looking on me, or I have thought is terrible looking on me. And one of my back rolls and my bra went under the back roll, and you can see the back roll, and I've kept partying. I don't care. Back rolls or not, I have them. I have fallen. I have thrown up. I have shown myself. I post pictures with a double chin. Like right now, I'm having a female situation, and one that comes monthly, so I'm bloated. My bloating has me gain 5 pounds all in my face. And when it's over, I will be like this again. But you think I'm not finna post something because the double chin is showing? There's a whole video of me telling my homeboy, lift your camera up to hide the chin. I'm not embarrassed of the chin. But I want to look like this. I know what I want to look like, but the chin has been shown. The chin doesn't stop anything. So I think this is going to be a really fun conversation. I'm looking forward to it. I have changed the menu. It is now a pernil. I am not Puerto Rican. I had learned how to make it through YouTube, and I still use Caribbean green seasoning by way of Trinidad and Tobago. So it is definitely a hodgepodge pernil. I think it's going to be very delicious, and I changed the menu from spaghetti baked to pernil. So that is the menu. Again, open invitation. If you live in the area and I know who you are, please come through. Liquor cabinet is restocked, and don't worry about getting home safe. You are welcome to sleep off that alcohol with me. Now, I want to talk about something, and most of you guys probably don't watch the show. In all fairness, I do not sit down and watch the show. I listen to other people recap it. I don't have time to sit down and watch TV, unfortunately, because I work full time and I'm a mom for time and a half. So I listen while I do mundane tasks, and even like inputting at work, I just listen to other people who recap the shows and give their commentary and recaps, and I find it funny and hilarious. So I do that. So this topic is coming from um, a show called Watch What Happens Live by Andy Cohen, who's known for producing housewife television shows. So Sofia Vergara, if you don't know who she is, she's done some Tyler Perry movies, some Yang 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 movies here, and she's pretty much the highest paid actress on television for Modern Family. She was on Watch What Happens Live. Now, I didn't watch it. I watched the clips from a reviewer, and a lot of people were on the fence of either she was high, and the one reviewer I watched was he believes her English is not good enough to participate in this game they were playing. Now, she's on this show because she's on a new Netflix movie or TV show. I believe it's a TV show called Griselda. I think Sofia Vergara is a very beautiful woman. I also realize she is a lot of surgery involved, which is fine. I'm not opposed to surgery. Actually, I'm for it. If you got the coin, do you, boo-boo? Because if I had it, I would do it. And when I get it, I will do it. So, and she's an older woman. I believe she's in her 50s, 52, 53. She looks great. So anyway, she's on this show with called Griselda, and Griselda was not an attractive woman, and Sophia is. So kind of like Monster that they had to do with Charlize Theron, they put on prosthesis and fake teeth and really uglied her down as much as they could, to kind of favor this person, Griselda, who was a real person. So anyway, I'm watching the clips or whatever. People have chopped and screwed the show and showed clips. And I agree with the commentator that said, I don't believe she's high. I do think they drink alcohol on the show, and I think she was feeling nice and saucy. But I also think English comprehension is the issue. And it goes on to privilege. That you could be in this country now. Disclaimer, I know I'm smart. I'm a learned nigga. The United States of America does not have an official language. We do not. We don't have on the books that English is the official language. However, English is the language by default, right? English is the language that is taught in schools, and any other, like we teach in English, excuse me. Lessons are given in English. Your math, we talk in English, your whatever. And then your secondary language, Spanish, Italian, whatever, French, da, 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 da. But we teach education in this country in English, right? Although on the books, America, United States of America does not have an official language. However, it goes to speak on either pretty privilege, white privilege, because although Sofia Vergara is of Hispanic descent or even Spanish descent, she is a white woman. Point blank, period. She is white, presenting Hispanic. I don't know where she's from, so I'm going to say Hispanic because Spanish means you're from Spain, right? So I'm going to say Hispanic or Latin, but she is definitely white presenting. There's nothing Afro-Latina about her. She is white presenting. And she has that, she really plays up that Spanish, spicy, stereotypical Latin woman persona on Modern Family, which is funny. And in all fairness, I think she's really good at that role because she's playing herself. I don't think her acting ability is that great, but I think she is all deserving of all the accolades of the character that she plays on Modern Family because she is just naturally playing herself. I don't think the same as I feel with Queen Latifah. I don't think Queen Latifah is a really good actress, but I think her best role was in Set It Off because she was playing herself, a big dykey lesbian. She's playing a big dykey lesbian. Like that's what she is. So let's go to exit 19. Something going on here. So I haven't seen Griselda yet. I believe it's a show that you should not watch with your children around. So, when I get some downtime and I'm alone, I'll watch it. But anyway, back to her being on Watch What Happens Live to pretty much promote this new project she's doing. To be the highest paid sitcom actress in America and not fully comprehend or have mastered the English language is just a testament on privilege and how privilege in this country is a thing. Now, I'm I don't think it's white privilege. I think it's pretty privilege. Definitely think it's pretty privilege because the other white woman on the show, I don't know her name, she plays the daughter. I think she's real good. Really, really good. And that's not how she is in real life. I think she's really good on the show. I watch Modern Family. Not recently because all the kids have gotten older and they went through that ugly stage and they're really hard to look at. But I watched Modern Family. I'm a fag hag. I love anything with the gays in it. I think the two gays in the show are great. The son and his partner. And they're not paid as much as Sofia Vergara. I think it's pretty privileged. And just goes to show you that although Sophia is acting her, nope, because it's not acting. Although the perception is Sophia is acting her ass off, she is where she is. She's getting what she's getting because she's a Jessica Rabbit, brick house, foxy lady. She's beautiful. And she's beautiful being an older woman. So although she is supposed to play the younger wife of the Ed Harris character, that woman's in her 50s. She's not in her 20s. But she could easily pass for 35. Like he could have picked up, and I don't know how old they say her character is, but she's in her 50s. And I think it goes to say that you can get by in this country and not even have mastered the language and be the highest paid sitcom actress, I think, ever or currently. I think my daughter is pretty. I think she's prettier than me. I think she's better looking than me. And I think her life growing up will be easier than mine because I think she took after her father's genetics and she won't have a weight problem. But I don't think at this point I have to do more training. I don't think she's strong enough to handle the backlash of pretty privilege because at the end of the day, she's not a white woman. And I think that is where Sophia doesn't get the backlash of being pretty and being criticized for being pretty and leaning on pretty because she's white. Whereas my daughter, if she even attempts to lean on pretty and take advantage of her genetic pretty privilege that will be afforded to her just because of the DNA of her parents meshing in the right way, if she leans on that, she still has a big fat black mama, and she will be criticized for using that and not using her brain. And it's happening now. It's happening now. Although my daughter has the looks, she's also extremely smart. And she has been leaning on hiding her intellect to make other people in the room feel comfortable. And it's a thorn in my side, a itchy hair in my ass, that when she started doing this at 3 or 4, she's now 5, that she is aware enough of people's feelings to mask traits about her that make people feel bad about themselves because they're fucking insecure. And I didn't do that to her. I didn't do that to her. And my overly confident mama didn't do that to her. I think adults did that to her. When my daughter knows all the answers and she lifts up her hand to raise a question and she's not being called on, because the teaching model is you're not supposed to call on the kid that knows the answer all the time. You're supposed to call on other kids who don't know the answer to make them feel better or to help them be involved. And while you're doing that, you're extinguishing the light of my highly intellectual child. And I hate that about adults. I hate what adults do to children. And as much as I try to combat that at home, I am not her wheelhouse. I am not her social circle. I am not her world. She does not spend enough time at home with me for me to matter. What I say doesn't matter. And that is normal. I'm not there with her. So I'm going to pivot into, we were in Walmart. I bought some sneakers that were on clearance for my daughter that are and one brand that look like the Thought 3s. I mean, the Jordan 3s. I call them the Thought 3s because if you live in New York, if you live in New York City, that is the uniform of ghetto girls and thoughts. That pattern. I think they're really cute. I bought them. They were $11. They had girl sizes that were on clearance. We could not find the boy equivalent size for my son. So I bought him a pair of Paw Patrol light up sneakers. He likes them, but he really liked the ones that Elisa had on. So we go online and we find them, and I let him pick out the color and we buy them. They're $18.98. I buy them. They came today. I matched them up with these shoes perfectly. They look fantastic, my kids, because today is the last Friday of the month. They get to dress down as a reward. Okay. They go to school and they have proximity to middle school students, and they have proximity to upper grade school students. My kids have no idea about fashion names. They don't know what a Nike is to a New Balance to an and one Walmart shoe. They have no idea. They know colors and they know styles. There's a reflective part in the tongue of the shoe that my son goes, I really like this part of the shoe. Now I know they really like their shoes. They don't give a fuck what the name is. They like the style. They like the color. They like the fact that the sweatsuits that they are wearing match the color pattern in their shoe down to the socks. That's what they like. And I know some child who is demonstrating learned behavior is going to try and clown my kids on their shoes when a child is going to dissect the shoe and not find a Nike or Jordan logo on the shoes, and they are going to try to shame my kids based on it. I know it's coming. So I have prepared them. So I said, if anybody looks and points at your shoes and goes, what are those? Because it's bound to happen. They go to school in New York City. I know it. I was a kid once. I was teased, never bullied, because you can't bully somebody who was quick with the comebacks, right? I was teased, absolutely teased, sometimes mercilessly. I wasn't bullied though. I'm gonna tell you why, because they tried, they just couldn't succeed. So I am getting my kids ready because they are privileged kids that live in upstate New York and go to school in New York City with different financial demographics of peoples. So if a kid tries to clown you or make fun of your shoes, I didn't say clown because they have no idea what that means. If somebody tries to tease you or make fun, because they know what make fun of it, because they're taught about bullying in school. If somebody goes and points to your feet and goes, "What are those?" I taught them to say, "That's money, baby." And then my daughter said it with such attitude. She said, "That's money, baby." And my husband said, "Add in my pocket." Oh, that's money, baby, in my pocket. That's money in my pocket, baby. That's money in my pocket, baby. My son was practicing, going in his pockets, and got a little sad because he don't have no money to pull out and stunt on them. Oh my God, I was so proud. I told my husband, he left his phone, go upstairs and go get 2 coins. Go get 2 coins so they could put in their pocket. So if a kid tries to clown them, be like, "What's that?" "That's money, baby." And pull out that coin and put it back in your pocket and tootle off. I love it. I love it. Everybody, save yourself the money. You don't have to go out and spend $100 on a 5-year-old sneakers. Let me tell you something. Them sneakers are brand new. They wore brand. We popped tags this morning. If you think that's how they coming back, they're gonna come back looking 4 months old. I remember I spent $40 on sale for Nike shoes for my kids. They went to summer camp. Those shoes came back destroyed. I tried bleaching them. I tried cleaning them. They were never right again. That's $80 down the toilet. Brand new shoes. We had pop tags that day. The summer camp took them to the park that had the sprinklers on. Wet mud, they were destroyed. I will never in my life do that again. Ever. To try to save my kids from being bullies, to go put them in a name. My daughter's shoes was $11 and my son's shoes were $18.98. They look fly this morning. You think that's how they coming home? Absolutely not. It's a rainy day. They sit on carpets in school. Carpets rub up on shoes and remove the leather or pleather that is in shoes. They sit down on floors in the gym. They get scuff marks. They write on them with magic markers and crayons. You think I'm going to spend $100 on a pair of Jordans to save my kids from being bullied? Absolutely not. Go ahead and try to tease my kids. They're going to stunt on you. So instead of us trying to fix the problem by buying these labels and making big $1 billion businesses more $1 billion, how about we teach our kids better? How about we don't demonstrate this behavior in front of our kids? We don't demonstrate adult-like behavior in front of our kids so that they go mimic that to another kid, and then they keep fucking around with the wrong kid and he comes to school with an AK blicky. How about we don't do that? How about we don't subscribe to bully culture that only makes these businesses richer, because we do it as adults. We do it as adults. We do it in front of our children. We don't monitor what they watch. And then the kid who doesn't have a mama to teach him how to have a good comeback comes to the school with an AK blicky. But let me tell you something. If you test any of the twins today and you go, "What are those?" to their shoes, they're about to stunt on you in front of everybody.